Hey guys, so last year, November, I had this very interesting dream about the wealth transfer that I wanted to share with you guys ever since. Now, in this dream, it started with me and my nephew hanging out in my apartment, my brand new apartment, which was very posh, by the way. I remember this. So we were hanging out and we were both scrolling away on our phones, as we usually are sometimes. So that's what we were doing. We were hanging out together. It was right there beside me. I was on my phone. He was on his phone. And we were just chilling. And then suddenly I could hear like this very slight hissing sound. And then I stopped there for a moment before the hissing sound, as a matter of fact. Before the hissing sound, I was thinking in my head, tonight I have a party to go. And I'm thinking which one of my vehicles that I'm going to drive. Right? So I had a hot date. Literally, in this dream, I had a hot date, a literal hot date. And I was thinking about carrying out this girl in one of my vehicles, which was a brand new, the latest year Range Rover SUV. And this was one of my vehicles. Currently, I don't own any vehicles. So this was clearly a wealth transfer dream. So I'm sitting there thinking in my mind while going through my phone, so I'm going to take the Range Rover and I'm going to carry out this hottie to this party. That's what I was thinking at the time before this occurrence in the dream, this incident happened. So while I was thinking all of this, yeah, man, tonight I'm going to go out and have some fun. I'm going to carry out this hottie. I'm pretty excited. And while I was doing that, I started hearing this hissing sound, right? Slight hissing sound. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what is that sound? Sounds familiar. And then it got louder to the point where I recognized that it sounds like a fire. And so I could then start to see like the reflection of the orange embers off the walls, because this fire was apparently just starting to blaze away very quickly. It started to grow big very fast. And so out of just more than a little bit of concern, both me and my nephew got up and went out to look to see what's happening. And then we could start to hear the commotion and the fire blazing even higher. What occurred was, it appears if the place that we were living in, it appears like, like some kind of housing community. And in the dream, I'm just going to say it's an example then. For example, I used to live there in Brooklyn. That was many years ago. But for example, say it's somewhere like that. The entire neighborhood, like a large part of it, was already engulfed. It was consumed and people were just running for their lives and panicking. And so I saw that this fire was very rapidly even approaching my apartment to consume the whole thing. And so I literally ran out of there without thinking about grabbing any kind of important documentation or anything important at all, any clothing, nothing. I didn't think about any of that. I was just trying to escape to save my life. Literally, my body, my flesh. I didn't care for anything else. And so me and my nephew started running out of there. And while we were running out of there, I remember clearly, I saw this little girl, which appeared to be around 7 to 8 years old. And she was just wailing. She was terrified because everyone was just running past her and just trying to save themselves. Now, while heading towards this girl, I was running away, but she was in my view. And while I was heading towards her now, I'm doing calculations in my mind and deciding whether or not I could stop to save this little girl. That's what I was thinking, because I was running to save my life. Both me and my nephew, everyone was trying to save themselves because of how fast and the speed at which this fire was engulfing everything. So I saw this little girl, and then in my mind, I chose that I'm going to save her. I'm going to pick her up. So automatically, I just picked her up on my way out from there. I grabbed her and just started running away. And now I'm in the midst of a bunch of people, a good amount of people, and we were just running away from that section of the neighborhood, I'm going to call it. And then we ran to another location, like another safe area, let's call it a safe area, where the fire is not. And by the time that I got over to that place, there was a lot of people there that had just escaped from this event. And while I got over there, I was looking for my nephew. And in this dream, it was crystal clear to me. It was crystal clear to me. I couldn't find him, and I understood that I would never see my nephew again for the rest of my life here on earth. That separation that had occurred, I would never ever see him again. And that was a very clear message that Yah wanted me to know in this experience. And so I went on to walk out and to be grouped with new people, brand new people that I didn't know. And that feeling, it was like from there on, it would be me and Yah and wherever he led me. And whomever he led me to be grouped with. You see, so it was like, I'm getting kind of like a call out kind of vibe, even a tribulation kind of vibe, like a sudden tribulation, the beginning of the tribulation kind of vibe, suddenly. You see, because he's shown me dreams similar to this already, where the time is going to come where it's just going to be me and him and wherever he leads me by his spirit. And we're going to go out and do a lot of works to heal people, etc., etc. But the main part of the dream is that it happened very suddenly, and separations are going to come between me and my family members, to the point where for the rest of our lives here on earth, we will not see each other again until we cross over to heaven on the other side. But also, this is going to occur at some point after the wealth transfer. That is crystal clear. That is crystal clear. Some event or due to some circumstances, something's going to happen which is going to cause separation, where no one can stop it. You see, it's just going to cause separation between family members, perhaps even friends, where you're going to be regrouped with new people that you've never seen or ever known before. And this is all the doing of God. He knows what he's doing. And we have to trust him completely. Okay, so it's now so many dreams that Yah has given to me where I happen to own all of these luxury vehicles. You know, I'm not giving myself these dreams. Yah has given them to me. And they have meaning. So there definitely is a wealth transfer coming even before the tribulation begins. So yes, beloveds, I had this dream in November of last year, 2024. Ever since I had it, I wanted to share it with you guys, and now I have. So you guys be blessed. Shalom from your brother in Christ.